Chosen one, listen carefully. Have you been feeling a pull in your spirit, as if God is guiding you towards someone? Have prophetic dreams been showing you faces you do not yet recognize? Or sudden spiritual encounters stirring within you that point toward divine connection? This is not by chance. This is a divine message, and it has come to you at the perfect time. Not everyone is meant to hear this word. If you are not one of God's chosen, you should stop here. But if you know in your spirit that you are marked by heaven, then this is for you. God has declared that your next mission is not to walk alone. It is to meet another chosen one. And when this meeting takes place, it will shake the spirit realm in ways you cannot imagine. Chosen one, heaven is preparing a connection that will multiply your strength, sharpen your discernment, and push your destiny forward. The enemy fears this union, but God has already spoken it into motion. That is why you are here right now, hearing this prophetic word at the exact moment your spirit was ready to receive it. Before we go deeper, pause and declare your alignment. Comment 333 as a sign that you are ready for this mission. And don't forget, subscribe to Spirit Guide, tap the bell, and share this message so other chosen ones can also step into alignment. Chosen ones were never designed to walk alone. Chosen one, let us settle something in your spirit today. You were never meant to walk this journey by yourself. Isolation has been one of your greatest battles, and though God often separates his chosen ones for a season of molding, he never intended for you to remain in solitude forever. The truth is, the weight of your calling is too great for one person to carry alone. That is why, in his perfect timing, he assigns another chosen one to walk with you, to strengthen you, and to multiply the power of your destiny. Scripture itself declares this principle: two are better than one, for if they fall, one will lift the other. The chosen ones were designed to align, to stand together against the storms, and to cover one another when warfare intensifies. Alone you are powerful, but when God unites you with another chosen one, your authority multiplies, and the spirit realm trembles at your agreement. The enemy knows this truth, which is why he often tries to keep chosen ones isolated, wounded, and mistrusting. He fears the power that arises when two chosen ones unite in faith and obedience. Think about your journey. You have endured loneliness that felt unbearable. You have prayed for understanding only to be misunderstood. You have carried a mantle that others could not comprehend. All of this was part of your refining, but it was never meant to last forever. Isolation produces strength, but connection produces expansion. God allows the chosen one to walk alone for a season, not as punishment, but as preparation. When the time comes for you to meet another chosen one, you will be ready, sharpened, disciplined, and aware of your true identity. Chosen one, consider this. Even Jesus did not walk his mission alone. He surrounded himself with disciples. He sent them out two by two. He partnered with those appointed to carry pieces of the assignment with him. If the Son of God demonstrated the necessity of divine partnership, how much more should you embrace the truth that you too are called to walk with another chosen one? This is not about weakness. It is about wisdom. Heaven never intended for you to fight alone. The power of two chosen ones walking together is greater than the sum of their individual strength. When one prays, 1,000 are put to flight. When two agree, 10,000 flee. Agreement in the spirit realm multiplies authority in ways the human mind cannot fully measure. This is why meeting another chosen one is not a casual event. It is a divine appointment orchestrated to release a new dimension of destiny. But chosen one understand this as well. The waiting, the loneliness, and the seasons of silence are necessary. They teach you to depend fully on God before depending on man. They sharpen your ears so that when another chosen one enters your life, you will not mistake their presence for your source. God remains the source. The chosen one you are called to align with is simply a vessel through whom his mission will multiply. You must also see that isolation has been an attack. The enemy thrives on division and loneliness. He wants chosen ones to believe they are the only ones walking the path, the only ones enduring the battles, the only ones carrying the weight. But that is a lie. There are others like you, chosen and set apart, walking their own paths of refinement, waiting for the moment of alignment. When God unites you, it will not feel forced. It will feel like destiny itself. So take courage, chosen one. Your solitude has not been wasted. It has built your character, clarified your vision, and deepened your roots. But the mission before you is too great for one set of hands, too weighty for one voice, too expansive for one spirit. That is why God has declared, your next mission is to meet another chosen one. When that alignment happens, the power you release together will be undeniable. You were never designed to walk alone. You were designed to connect, to align, and to multiply. That is the truth heaven is speaking to you now. Prepare yourself because the time of alignment is near. The spiritual significance of meeting another chosen one. Chosen one, let us go deeper. Your next mission is not small because meeting another chosen one is never an ordinary encounter. It is a divine appointment written long before your birth, waiting to unfold in its proper time. This meeting carries spiritual weight far beyond a simple friendship or casual connection. When two chosen ones meet, heaven takes notice, the spirit realm shifts, and destiny accelerates. Understand this truth. Chosen ones already carry light, authority, and assignment individually. But when two chosen ones unite under God's direction, that light intensifies, that authority multiplies, and that assignment gains momentum. In the natural, it may appear as two people meeting. In the unseen realm, it is the collision of two flames merging into a fire that darkness cannot withstand. This is why the meeting of chosen ones is not coincidence. It is significance. Sometimes this connection manifests as divine partnership. God may unite you with another chosen one to birth a mission, to build a work, or to strengthen each other in seasons of warfare. Other times it may be mentorship, where one chosen one is called to pour into another, to guide them through trials they have already endured. For some, yes, it may even be romance, but not ordinary romance, divinely appointed covenant relationships that carry generational assignments. Whatever form it takes, the essence is the same. When chosen ones align, the spirit realm shakes. Think of how Scripture reveals this truth. Moses had Aaron, David had Jonathan, Ruth aligned with Naomi, Paul had Silas. Each of these partnerships shifted history. Alone, they were strong. Together, they were unstoppable. The spirit realm recognizes the multiplication that occurs when chosen ones unite, and that is why their meetings are orchestrated by God and fiercely opposed by the enemy. Chosen one, your journey until now has prepared you for this alignment. You have been refined in fire, molded in solitude, and strengthened through battles. But the next phase of your destiny requires collaboration. There are assignments on your life that cannot be fully carried out without the alignment of another chosen one. God did not design you to carry the full weight alone. He designed you to connect with another who has pieces of the puzzle you do not. Together you complete what neither could fulfill alone. The significance of this meeting is also prophetic. When two chosen ones unite, it becomes a sign to others. Those watching see the undeniable hand of God. Testimonies emerge, faith rises, and others are drawn closer to their own destiny because of the examples set by chosen ones aligning. This is why your next mission matters. It is not just about you, it is about those connected to you and those whose lives will be transformed by witnessing what God does through your union. Chosen one, meeting another chosen one also unlocks deeper levels of discernment. When aligned with the right person, your visions sharpen, your prophetic dreams intensify, and your spiritual encounters become more frequent. Why? Because iron sharpens iron. The spirit flows more powerfully in unity than in isolation. The very act of coming together stirs the atmosphere, and heaven pours out greater revelation because the mission has expanded. Do not underestimate this. The significance of your next meeting is so great that the enemy will try everything to stop it. He will send counterfeits, distractions, and doubts. He will attempt to make you question whether true alignment even exists. But do not be deceived. God has already spoken this mission over you, and when it unfolds, you will know. The chosen recognize each other. The Spirit bears witness. The connection will feel like prophecy fulfilled. Chosen one, I need you to grasp the weight of this. Meeting another chosen one is not just about companionship. It is about destiny. It is not just about encouragement. It is about empowerment. It is not just about friendship. It is about fire. When chosen ones unite, the spirit realm responds violently. Angels gather. Darkness trembles. Heaven rejoices. This is the significance of your next mission, so prepare yourself. Do not dismiss this message as coincidence. It has come to you now because the time is near. Your next mission is to meet another chosen one, and when it happens, your life will not remain the same. The spirit realm will shake, and destiny will accelerate in ways you cannot yet imagine. Signs God is leading you toward another chosen one. Chosen one. God does not leave his people blind. When he begins to move you toward a divine connection, he gives signs. These signs are not random feelings or passing coincidences. They are prophetic confirmations meant to awaken your spirit so you are prepared for what is coming. If your next mission is to meet another chosen one, then heaven will begin to drop clues along your path, and you must learn to recognize them. One of the most powerful signs is in prophetic dreams. For chosen ones, dreams are not ordinary. They are classrooms of the spirit. When God is preparing you to meet another chosen one, you may begin to see unfamiliar faces in your dreams. Perhaps you do not recognize them, but the presence of peace, light, or authority surrounds them. Sometimes you may see yourself walking alongside someone, working together, or even warring in the spirit realm together. These dreams are not imagination. They are glimpses of divine alignment. Pay attention to dreams that repeat or linger, for they are often the clearest indicators that God is revealing the one you are called to meet. Another sign is angelic visitation. Angels are messengers, and when God wants to confirm an alignment, he will often send his angels to prepare you. This can manifest as unusual peace when you think about partnership, as visions during prayer, or as direct encounters that stir your spirit. Some chosen ones describe sensing a presence in their room at night or hearing words of encouragement in the silence. These experiences often come when God is shifting you toward divine connection. Angels appear to strengthen you, to warn you against counterfeits, and to guide your steps so you do not miss the appointed meeting. Chosen one, God also speaks through divine timing. You may find yourself running into the same person multiple times in unexpected places. You may notice patterns of alignment, seeing the same names, hearing the same themes, or crossing paths in ways that defy coincidence. When this happens, do not dismiss it as random. God is a God of order, and he orchestrates encounters with precision. When chosen ones are meant to meet, heaven arranges circumstances that cannot be explained by chance. There is also the sign of inner recognition. When chosen ones meet, their spirits testify to one another. You may not know the person with your mind, but your spirit will sense familiarity. It feels as though you have known them for years, though you just met. This is because your spirits were connected in the heavenly realm before you met on earth. When alignment happens, your inner witness will confirm it. This recognition is powerful, and it often brings peace that surpasses understanding. Chosen one, do not be surprised if warfare increases before this meeting. Another sign God is preparing you is the sudden rise of distractions and opposition. The enemy fears chosen ones uniting, so he will send counterfeits, toxic relationships, and heavy attacks to discourage you. But take heart. Resistance is proof that something significant is approaching. When darkness rises, it is often a signal that light is about to break forth. Another way God prepares you is by stirring a hunger in your spirit. You may suddenly feel dissatisfaction with old circles, old conversations, or old patterns. This restlessness is not negativity. It is heaven pulling you higher. God creates space in your life so you are ready to receive another chosen one. You will begin to crave deeper conversation, stronger faith, and more powerful agreement. This hunger is a sign that your spirit is preparing for alignment. Chosen one, you may also notice confirmations through others. A friend may unknowingly speak a word that aligns with your dreams. A sermon may mention partnership at the exact moment you are praying about it. Even strangers may say things that stir your spirit. These are not accidents. They are divine echoes reminding you that God is leading you toward a chosen connection. Pay close attention also to the sign of acceleration. When you are about to meet another chosen one, your life often speeds up spiritually. Dreams become more vivid, prayers feel more powerful, and revelations flow faster. This acceleration is heaven's way of preparing you for the increased responsibility that comes with partnership. God sharpens you so that when the connection happens, You are ready to carry the mantle together. And finally, there is the sign of unshakable peace. Even in the midst of uncertainty, when God is leading you toward another chosen one, your spirit feels settled. You may not know the details, but you know that something is coming. That peace is the Spirit's whisper, assuring you that heaven is in control. Chosen one, these signs are not given to confuse you. They are given to confirm you. God knows that the path of the chosen is heavy, and so he provides glimpses of what is ahead, so you do not grow weary. If you have been dreaming of unknown faces, sensing angelic presence, experiencing divine timing, or feeling that inner recognition, then know this. Your next mission is unfolding. Heaven is guiding you step by step toward another chosen one. Take this seriously. Record your dreams. Pray over your encounters. Test every spirit. Watch for repeated patterns. And above all, trust the witness within you. For when the time comes, you will not wonder, you will know. The Spirit will confirm it, your heart will testify, and the spirit realm will respond with a shaking that leaves no doubt. Why the enemy fears chosen ones connecting chosen one? You must understand something vital. Your next mission is not only about blessing, it is also about warfare. When two chosen ones connect, it is not just a meeting of people, it is a collision of destinies. It is the merging of spiritual authority, the multiplication of heavenly fire, and the release of power that cannot be contained. This is why the enemy fears such connections so deeply. He knows that when chosen ones unite, his grip weakens, his strategies collapse, and his kingdom trembles. Think about this truth. The enemy thrives on isolation. He wants chosen ones to feel alone, rejected, and misunderstood. He knows that when you are by yourself, the burden feels heavier and the attacks hit harder. But the moment another chosen one enters your life, the weight is shared, the fire grows stronger, and the encouragement lifts you higher. That is what the enemy wants to prevent at all costs. He does not want you to find the one who will sharpen you, cover you in prayer, and walk beside you in faith. Scripture reveals this clearly. One can put 1,000 to flight, but two can put 10,000 to flight. This multiplication of power is what terrifies the enemy. Alone, you are already dangerous. But when God aligns you with another chosen one, the scale of your authority multiplies tenfold. Your prayers shake the heavens, your worship breaks chains, and your agreement dismantles strongholds. That is why warfare intensifies before divine connections. It is hell's last attempt to block what heaven has already ordained. The enemy also fears unity because he understands the law of agreement. Jesus said, "Where two agree on earth as touching anything, it will be done by my Father in heaven." Agreement between chosen ones is explosive in the spirit realm. When you and another chosen one pray in unity, the atmosphere cannot resist it. Angels move instantly. Doors open suddenly. Breakthroughs manifest quickly. The enemy cannot withstand the force of two chosen ones declaring the same word in faith. That is why the devil sends counterfeits. Before you meet the true chosen one assigned to your mission, distractions will appear. Counterfeit relationships, false alignments, and deceptive voices will surround you. The enemy wants you to for less, so that you never step into the divine partnership God ordained. Be wise, chosen one. The presence of counterfeits is not a sign of failure. It is proof that the real alignment is near. Hell would not waste resources sending fakes if heaven had not already prepared the truth. Chosen one, understand also that the enemy fears what your connection represents to others. When chosen ones unite, it becomes a testimony. People watching cannot deny the hand of God. Faith rises, hope awakens, and the fire spreads. Your union becomes a prophetic sign to the world that God is still moving, still aligning, still raising up warriors for his kingdom. The enemy despises this because it draws more people out of darkness into light. This is why you may have felt the battle in your relationships. Perhaps people walked away suddenly. Perhaps trust was broken. Perhaps you experienced betrayal that cut deep. These were not random. They were assignments from the enemy to harden your heart, to make you afraid of connection, to keep you guarded so you would resist the true chosen one when they arrive. But chosen one, do not let pain make you miss your mission. Healing must come first, so that when God sends the one aligned with your destiny, You can receive them without fear. The enemy also fears the prophetic synergy of chosen ones. When you meet another chosen one, your gifts unlock each other. One may carry vision while the other carries strategy. One may be a seer while the other is a warrior in intercession. Alone you are strong. Together you are complete. This balance terrifies darkness because it means you are no longer vulnerable in your weaknesses. Where you are weak, the other chosen one is strong. Where they are uncertain, you carry clarity. Together you become a fortress the enemy cannot penetrate. Chosen one, I need you to see the bigger picture. This is not just about companionship. This is about destiny colliding. When chosen ones connect, generations are impacted. Communities are transformed. Chains break not only in your life, but in the lives of everyone connected to you. The enemy knows that your alignment carries ripple effects far beyond what you can see. That is why the battle has been so fierce. But here is the truth. The enemy cannot stop what God has ordained. He can delay, he can distract, he can discourage, but he cannot destroy the plan of heaven. If God has spoken that your next mission is to meet another chosen one, then it will come to pass. Your responsibility is to remain prepared, discerning, and faithful. When the connection happens, you will know. The spirit within you will testify, and no counterfeit can compare. So do not let fear or past pain close your heart. The enemy fears this meeting, but heaven celebrates it. Darkness trembles, but angels rejoice. The union of chosen ones is a weapon against hell itself. And chosen one, you are about to step into that mission. How to spiritually prepare for the meeting chosen one. If your next mission is to meet another chosen one, then you cannot approach this moment unprepared. This is not just an earthly meeting, it is a spiritual appointment. Heaven has already ordained it, the spirit realm already knows it, and the enemy is already trying to block it. That is why preparation is essential. God does not want you to stumble into this moment unaware. He wants you to be sharpened, alert, and spiritually aligned, so that when the meeting happens, you step into it with power. The first step of preparation is prayer. Chosen one, do not underestimate the necessity of prayer in this season. Prayer is not just asking, it is aligning. When you pray consistently, your spirit becomes sensitive to God's direction. Pray for clarity, for discernment, and for the removal of distractions. Ask God to cover the appointed connection with protection, so that no counterfeit or attack can derail it. Some of your most important breakthroughs will not come from striving, but from consistent, disciplined prayer that keeps you aligned with heaven. The second step is fasting. Fasting is not just about denying the body, it is about sharpening the spirit. When chosen ones fast, distractions break, discernment sharpens, and the flesh weakens so that the spirit may rise. In the season before meeting another chosen one, fasting prepares you to recognize the authentic connection from the counterfeit. It strips away confusion and gives you eyes to see clearly what heaven is revealing. Even a short, intentional fast can open doors of revelation you did not expect. Chosen one, the third step, is healing. Many chosen ones carry scars from betrayal, rejection, or toxic alignments. If these wounds are not addressed, they can cloud your discernment and cause you to reject the very one God sends. Do not allow bitterness to poison your spirit. Healing is not weakness, it is strength. Bring your wounds before God in prayer. Ask Him to remove unforgiveness, resentment, and fear. A healed chosen one will recognize true alignment, while a wounded chosen one may push it away. The fourth step is discernment through the Word of God. Chosen one, you must stay rooted in Scripture. The Word is a lamp for your feet and a shield for your mind. When false connections approach, Scripture will expose them. When true alignment comes, Scripture will confirm it. Read passages about divine partnership, Moses and Aaron, David and Jonathan, Paul and Silas. Let these stories remind you that God has always aligned chosen ones, and He will do the same for you. Another part of preparation is learning to listen. Too often, chosen ones pray, but do not pause to hear God's response. Silence is where direction comes. Spend time in stillness, allowing the Spirit to whisper. God may reveal details in the quiet moments that you could not hear in the noise. Be patient. Listening prepares your spirit to recognize divine instruction when it comes. Chosen one, preparation also involves strengthening your spiritual disciplines. Worship consistently. Surround yourself with atmosphere that lifts your spirit. Avoid environments and conversations that lower your discernment or drain your faith. This season requires spiritual sharpness. You cannot afford to be careless with your focus. Every chosen one must guard their atmosphere, because what you entertain in your spirit will either prepare you for divine alignment or distract you from it. Do not overlook the power of community. Though your mission involves meeting another chosen one, you should also be surrounded by those who intercede for you. Ask trusted spiritual voices to pray for your journey. God often uses the prayers of others to shield you from unseen attacks. Do not walk this season alone in secrecy. Walk it with the covering of prayerful support. Another preparation is to test every spirit. The enemy is subtle, and he sends counterfeits that look like truth. You must not rush into alignment without testing. Ask God for confirmation. Seek consistency in actions, not just words. True chosen ones will bear fruit of humility, integrity, and obedience. Counterfeits may carry charisma, but lack character. Prepare your spirit to test with patience, so you are not swayed by appearances. Chosen one, you must also prepare by embracing humility. Meeting another chosen one is not about ego, competition, or who is greater. It is about service. God aligns chosen ones to multiply their mission, not their pride. If you enter this connection with a humble heart, you will receive more than you can imagine. If pride enters, the blessing may be delayed. Now start next video, No 6. Chosen one. They attacked you without cause. Now everyone is furious. Chosen one. This message is not for everyone, and I need to make that very clear from the very beginning. Only those who walk the divine path of the Most High should remain here. If a person does not honor God, if their heart is not aligned with truth and spiritual discipline, they will not understand the weight of what is about to be spoken. But you who are still here, you who feel something stirring inside your spirit, you are the one this message was sent to, and it has reached you at the perfect time. Not a moment too early, not a moment too late. Chosen one, you have been attacked without cause. You have been targeted in ways that made no sense, ways that were unprovoked, unfair, and spiritually unnecessary. Yet somehow, every strike against you only revealed more of who you truly are. And now the same people who once stood silent, the same ones who watched your suffering, are beginning to feel a deep fury rising inside them. Heaven has stirred something, and this message will reveal why. Before we go deeper, I want you to respond. Comment only one number your spirit aligns with right now. 777333999. Let me see how many true chosen ones are awake in this moment. And if you haven't yet, make sure you like this video, subscribe to Spirit Guide, tap the bell icon, and share this message with someone who needs it. The unjust attack. Chosen one, you need to understand something that most people around you could never see. The attack that came against you was not born from logic, reason, or even personal conflict. It came from a spiritual disturbance triggered by your presence. There is a level of authority placed on your life that your enemies sense long before you sensed it yourself. What happened to you was not natural. It was not random. It was not accidental. It was spiritual from the very beginning. And when an attack is spiritual, the reasons behind it are hidden from the world, but painfully clear to heaven. The people who came against you acted out of an inner agitation they could not explain. They felt threatened by something you carried. They felt intimidated by a strength that you were not even consciously projecting. This is because the spirit inside them recognized the power of the spirit inside you long before their mind could understand it. Darkness always reacts before it understands why it is reacting. That is why there was no reason behind what they did to you. The attack had no logic. It had no foundation. It made no sense even to the ones who participated in it. But the spiritual realm understood it very well. Chosen one, whenever you step into a new level of identity, the enemy senses the shift before you do. In the moment this shift happens, attacks that seem to come out of nowhere begin to rise. These attacks are meant to confuse you. They are meant to slow you down. They are meant to push you off balance so that you never recognize your true position. But what your enemies did not understand is that the attacks they launched were actually revealing the calling you carry. Attacks without cause are a sign of divine elevation. They signify that your presence in this season has become a threat to the spiritual forces that once controlled the environment around you. The attack you faced was unjust because it was never about what you did. It was about what you were becoming. The enemy saw the awakening in your spirit. They saw the clarity forming in your heart. They saw the discipline that was beginning to settle into your life. They saw the purity of your intentions, and they attacked out of fear. When darkness feels threatened, it lashes out at anything that shines brighter than it can handle. You became a mirror exposing the shadows around certain people. And instead of dealing with their own spiritual darkness, they chose to strike at you. Understand this truth. People often attack what they cannot control. They attack what they cannot match. They attack what they secretly admire, but are too prideful to admit. They attack what reminds them of the potential they abandoned. For many, your presence was a reminder of everything they refused to become. You carried a light they no longer carried. You carried a spirit they no longer honored. So instead of rising to your level, they tried to drag you down to theirs. Chosen one, you were never fighting people. You were fighting the spirit operating behind them. That spirit sensed your divine transition. It sensed your breakthrough. It sensed your authority rising. And it knew that if it did not strike now, you would rise to a position it could never reach again. So it attacked without cause, hoping to destabilize you before you realized how powerful you had become. But here is the part that your enemies never expected. The attack they launched against you exposed them instead of destroying you. It revealed their intentions, it revealed their jealousy, it revealed their darkness, and it revealed their fear. The spiritual realm does not allow hidden motives to stay hidden forever. When darkness attacks a chosen one unjustly, heaven begins to shine a light on every detail of the situation. The attack unmasks those who participated, those who encouraged it, and even those who watched silently without defending you. What you went through was not meant to break you. It was meant to expose the truth around you. Heaven used the very weapon formed against you as a spotlight. Every time they tried to tear you down, they revealed more of who they were. And every time you endured, you revealed more of who you truly are. You did not retaliate. You did not return evil for evil. You did not allow bitterness to grow. And that is why heaven is angry on your behalf. You passed a spiritual test that many fail. You chose discipline. You chose restraint. You chose purity. You chose focus. And heaven responds to obedience with protection. Chosen one. One of the reasons the attack seemed so sudden is because it was triggered by your acceleration. You moved faster spiritually than the enemy expected. You began stepping into clarity. You began stepping into alignment. You began stepping into a deeper relationship with the Most High. Without realizing it, you stepped into a territory that darkness no longer had control over. And whenever you enter a place that darkness once dominated, it panics. It becomes reactive. It becomes irrational. That is why the attack was without cause. Darkness was losing its grip over your life. And this was its final attempt to keep you trapped in old cycles. Another reason the attack happened is because you carry a destiny that affects others. Your calling is not small. It is not personal. It is not limited. It influences people around you. It influences environments. It influences spiritual atmosphere. The calling on your life has weight in the unseen realm. And whenever a destiny carries weight, the opposition becomes heavy. The more influence a chosen one has, the more intense the attacks become. But the intensity of an attack is a sign of the magnitude of your assignment. You are attacked heavily because you are destined to rise heavily. Chosen one. What they did to you was unjust, but it was not unnoticed. The Most High saw every moment. Heaven observed every intention. Your guardian angels did not stand back helplessly. They were active. They shielded you from deeper harm. They intercepted spiritual weapons that would have destroyed someone who lacked your strength. The attack was meant to break you, but heaven used it to strengthen you. The injustice done against you became the foundation for your elevation. People around you began to sense that something was wrong with the situation. They could see that the attack did not match your character. They could feel that you did not deserve what was done. And even though they did not say anything immediately, something inside them began to rise. A quiet fury, a silent unrest, a spiritual discomfort. It was heaven stirring their spirit. It was heaven awakening their conscience. It was heaven preparing them to witness what comes next. Your enemies believed they controlled the narrative, but they failed to understand that heaven holds the final word. What they did to you has now placed them under spiritual scrutiny. Their actions have been weighed. Their intentions have been measured. Their hearts have been exposed. And this is only the beginning. Chosen one, you survived an attack that was designed to destroy you before your breakthrough. But instead of breaking, you awakened. You stepped into a deeper understanding of your purpose. You stepped into a clearer perspective of the people around you. And you stepped into a higher level of spiritual maturity. These are not small victories. These are the victories that precede dramatic shifts in your life. This attack revealed your resilience. It revealed your purity. It revealed your divine alignment. And now heaven is preparing to respond. What they did without cause will not go unanswered. What they attempted in darkness is now being pulled into the light. And what was meant to God is about to elevate you. The spiritual cause behind their fury, chosen one, there is something you must understand about the reaction people are having around you right now. The fury rising in them is not simply emotional. It did not appear out of thin air. It did not come because they suddenly decided to care about what happened to you. This reaction has a spiritual root. Something in the unseen realm has been stirred, and the hearts of those who witnessed your unjust suffering can feel it. Even those who never spoke a word in your defense are now experiencing a deep unrest that they cannot ignore. This is because heaven has begun to touch their conscience. When a chosen one is attacked without cause, heaven does not remain silent. The Most High observes every detail, every intention, every whisper made in the dark. And when the time comes, heaven releases a pressure on the hearts of those who stood by and watched. This pressure begins to expose their inner conflict. It awakens their dormant sense of justice. It forces them to confront the truth they tried to ignore. People who once remained neutral suddenly feel uneasy. People who once doubted you suddenly feel convicted. People who once supported the attack in quiet ways now feel spiritually disturbed. This is not coincidence. It is divine intervention. Chosen one. What was done to you was not hidden from heaven. The moment the attack was launched, a record was written in the spiritual realm. Every action that comes against a chosen one without cause carries a weight, and that weight is felt in the hearts of those around you. They may not understand why they feel angry. They may not understand why their spirit is unsettled. They may not understand why they now look at your enemies differently, but their reaction is a manifestation of spiritual truth. Their spirit is responding before their mind can interpret it. Another reason people are furious is because the injustice was too visible to ignore. It exposed itself. Darkness always overplays its hand when attacking someone who carries divine purpose. Your enemies did not realize that their actions would shine a light on their own character. They did not understand that attacking someone pure, disciplined, and spiritually aligned would reveal their own corruption. Now everyone who watched is seeing the contrast. Your peace exposed their chaos. Your humility exposed their pride. Your restraint exposed their hostility. The attack created a spiritual divide, and people can now see clearly who was on the side of truth and who was on the deception. Chosen one. The fury rising in others is also a sign of shifting spiritual authority. When heaven elevates a chosen one, the atmosphere around them becomes charged. People begin to sense that something is happening even before the chosen one realizes it. Your elevation has unsettled the spiritual environment. Those who are spiritually sensitive can feel that a great reversal is approaching. Those who once ignored your struggles are now paying attention. They sense that heaven is about to move in your favor, and this awareness triggers emotional and spiritual reactions. Some people are furious because your strength has confronted their weakness. They watched you endure injustice with grace. They saw you remain calm when others expected you to collapse. They saw you refuse bitterness, revenge, or resentment. Your behavior has exposed the condition of their own hearts. They are angry because they realize they would not have survived what you survived. They are angry because they see spiritual discipline in you that they abandoned long ago. Their fury is a reflection of their own conviction. Others are furious because they now see how wrong they were about you. They allowed rumors to cloud their judgment. They allowed jealousy to influence their perception. They allowed the wrong people to shape their opinions. But now the truth is undeniable. They see your purity. They see your discipline. They see your integrity. And they realize they misjudged you. That realization comes with a deep emotional reaction. Some feel guilt. Some feel shame. Some feel remorse. And some feel anger at themselves for ever doubting you. Chosen one. The spiritual cause behind their fury goes even deeper. When a chosen one is attacked unjustly, heaven begins to distribute spiritual insight to those connected to the situation. This insight does not come as a voice or a vision. It comes as a feeling, a knowing, a rising awareness. People begin to sense that what happened to you was a violation of spiritual law. They may not articulate it in spiritual language, but their spirit knows that something sacred was crossed. This internal awareness triggers a protective instinct. People begin to feel compelled to defend you, even if they never spoke before. This is why some individuals who were once distant are now drawn closer to you. They feel the need to support you. They feel the need to stand with you. They feel the need to distance themselves from those who caused harm. They may not understand why they are reacting this way, but the spiritual realm understands very well. Heaven is aligning hearts. Heaven is shifting positions. Heaven is preparing witnesses for your vindication. Another spiritual reason for their fury is that your enemies touched something they should not have touched. They crossed a boundary that heaven had marked. When someone attacks a chosen one without cause, they place themselves under spiritual judgment. People around them can feel this judgment approaching. They feel the heaviness. They feel the shift. They feel the atmosphere darkening around the ones who caused harm. This spiritual tension creates emotional discomfort, and that discomfort often expresses itself as anger toward the injustice. Chosen one, there is something else happening beneath the surface. Heaven is amplifying your story. People are now seeing you through a spiritual lens rather than a natural one. They see the purity of your heart. They see the quiet endurance you walked with. They see the strength you showed when everything inside you could have broken. And when people witness that level of spiritual resilience, something inside them awakens. It stirs compassion. It stirs honor. It stirs respect. Their fury is a response to the revelation of who you truly are. Do not underestimate the power of divine timing. This reaction did not come earlier because the spiritual atmosphere was not ready. Hearts were still asleep. Eyes were still closed. Judgments were still clouded. But the moment heaven decided it was time for the truth to rise, everything began to shift. Now people can see what you endured. They can feel the injustice. They can sense the spiritual imbalance, and their hearts are responding accordingly. Chosen one, understand this. Heaven uses people as instruments of justice. Sometimes the Most High stirs the hearts of individuals so that they become living witnesses to your story. Their reactions are not random. They are part of divine orchestration. Their fury is preparation for your vindication. Their unrest is a sign that heaven is about to intervene. Their anger is a confirmation that the spiritual realm has reached its decision. Before we continue, I want you to pause and respond. Comment only one number your spirit aligns with right now. 777 333 999 444 666. Let me see how many chosen ones can feel this shift happening in real time. Chosen one. The fury people feel is not about the past. It is about what heaven is about to do next. Their spirit senses the approaching reversal. They sense the approaching exposure. They sense the approaching elevation. And because of this, they cannot remain silent anymore. They are witnessing a spiritual story unfolding, and their hearts are reacting to the truth rising to the surface. This anger around you is not a threat. It is a sign. It proves that heaven has turned its attention toward your situation. It proves that the injustice done against you is being dealt with. It proves that you are stepping into a season where truth will not be hidden and darkness will not remain unchallenged. What you are witnessing is the beginning of divine correction. The hearts of people are being prepared for what heaven is about to reveal. And soon, everything that was done without cause will be exposed with clarity. Heaven's intervention begins. Chosen one. What is happening around you now is not simply emotional, social, or personal. It is divine. Heaven has stepped into your situation in a way you may not fully see yet, but you can feel the shift. You can sense a change in the atmosphere. You can sense a weight lifting away from you. You can sense a clarity forming in your spirit. This is not imagination. This is intervention. Heaven does not ignore injustice done to those who walk in purity. Heaven does not overlook cruelty inflicted without cause. Heaven responds, and right now heaven is responding on your behalf. The Most High has been watching every moment of your struggle, every tear, every silent prayer. Every night you questioned why this was happening. Every day you tried to keep moving forward, even while carrying a quiet heaviness no one else understood. Heaven does not forget these moments. Heaven records them. Heaven responds to them. And now the season of response has begun. Chosen one, your endurance was not wasted. The restraint you showed did not go unnoticed. The discipline you maintained despite the pressure has created a spiritual opening for divine justice. Many people think justice is only about punishment, but spiritual justice is much deeper. It is exposure. It is alignment. It is reversal. It is restoration. It is the clearing of your spiritual path. Heaven intervenes not only to correct what was done, but to prepare the chosen one for their next level of purpose. The unjust attack against you activated a spiritual law. That law states that when harm is done to someone who carries divine assignment, heaven will raise a standard against the forces that created that harm. A standard is a shield. A standard is a boundary. A standard is a declaration in the spiritual realm that says enough. And heaven has now declared enough over your situation. The warfare sent against you will not continue. The confusion sent against you is being scattered. The darkness that tried to cloud your path is losing its grip. Chosen one of the first signs of heaven's intervention is discomfort in the hearts of those who wronged you. They may not show it outwardly, but inside them, something is trembling. Something feels unstable. Something feels exposed. This is because heaven is placing weight on their conscience. Heaven is reminding them of their actions. Heaven is causing them to see themselves clearly. This spiritual pressure is not meant for you. It is meant for them. They touched someone heaven marked. They stepped into territory they were not allowed to enter. And now their spirit feels the consequences of that decision. Another sign of heaven's intervention is clarity appearing in minds of those who once misunderstood you. People are beginning to see the truth. They are beginning to see your heart. They are beginning to see the injustice with fresh eyes. Heaven is illuminating things that were hidden. Heaven is revealing motives. Heaven is exposing the intentions behind the attack. And this sudden clarity is shifting the atmosphere around you. Chosen one, heaven has ways of revealing truth without you lifting a finger. The Most High does not need you to defend yourself. Your silence is already speaking louder than any argument. Your endurance is already testifying against your enemies. Your purity is already exposing their darkness. Divine intervention does not require noise. It requires alignment. And because your heart remained aligned with truth, heaven can now intervene freely. Heaven is also intervening through spiritual protection. The attack did not reach its intended goal because there were forces around you blocking the deeper harm. You may never realize just how many spiritual dangers were prevented. You may never see how many traps were hidden beneath the surface. But heaven saw every detail. Your guardian angels were actively shielding you. What was meant to destroy you was intercepted. What was meant to break you was redirected. Heaven defended you before you even knew you needed defending. Chosen one, the intervention happening now is not only about justice, it is about repositioning. Heaven is shifting you away from environments, relationships, and situations that no longer serve your divine path. What felt like loss was actually protection. What felt like betrayal was actually redirection. What felt like isolation was actually preparation. Heaven removes you from what cannot go with you into your next season. And sometimes that removal comes through conflict, not because you were wrong, but because heaven was clearing the path for what was coming. The fury rising in others is also part of heaven's plan. Their reaction is pushing truth into the open. Their awareness is adding pressure to situations that were once hidden. Heaven often uses people to hold the mirror of truth. And right now, that mirror is being held in front of those who cause harm. Their own actions are returning to them. Their own words are echoing back. Their own intentions are becoming visible. This is divine exposure. Chosen one, heaven is now turning the narrative. Those who once spoke against you will be silent. Those who once judged you will rethink their perspective. Those who once doubted you will see the evidence of divine favor. Nothing can stop the shift that heaven has initiated. Once heaven decides to intervene, no human action can reverse it. Another part of heaven's intervention is restoration. The Most High restores what was taken. He restores peace. He restores clarity. He restores strength, but he also restores opportunities. You are entering a season where things will begin to return to you. Not the same way they left, but better, stronger, more aligned with your purpose. The attack did not delay your destiny. It prepared you for it. Heaven uses pain as a doorway. Heaven uses injustice as a launching point. Heaven uses opposition as fuel for elevation. Chosen one, heaven has seen your solitude. Heaven saw the moments where you felt misunderstood. Heaven saw the moments where you felt isolated. But isolation is not abandonment. Isolation is preparation. Heaven separates the chosen one before elevating the chosen one. And the attack that came against you was the final push into that season of divine separation. Now heaven is rebuilding, redirecting, and reestablishing your path. Those who attacked you without cause are now being spiritually confronted. Their intentions are being weighed. Their actions are being measured. Their motives are being exposed. This is not revenge. This is alignment. Heaven aligns everything to truth. What was out of order is being placed back into order. What was hidden is being brought to light. What was twisted is being straightened. Chosen one, the intervention of heaven is also opening new paths for you. Doors that were once closed will begin to open. Opportunities that felt blocked will begin to move. Conversations that never happened before will suddenly take place. The spiritual atmosphere around your life is shifting to favor you, not because you demanded it, but because heaven declared it. You must also understand that divine intervention can make your enemies uncomfortable. They will sense that their influence is fading. They will sense that their control is slipping. They will sense that their attack failed. This discomfort is part of their spiritual consequence. They must face what they did. They must see the impact of their actions. They must confront their own darkness. Heaven is not punishing them out of anger. Heaven is revealing truth for the sake of justice. Chosen one, the evidence of heaven's involvement will become clearer in the days ahead. You will notice conversations shifting. You will notice attitudes changing. You will notice unexpected support rising from places you never imagined. Heaven uses people to deliver blessings. Heaven uses people to carry messages. Heaven uses people to stand with the chosen one during seasons of transition. This intervention also marks the beginning of your elevation. What was meant to hinder you has now positioned you for increase. What was meant to limit you has now prepared you for expansion. What was meant to silence you has now amplified your voice. Heaven does not allow suffering without purpose. Every tear sowed a seed. Every struggle built spiritual muscle. Every injustice prepared the ground for divine breakthrough. Chosen one, the intervention of heaven is not subtle. It is powerful. It is precise. It is intentional. And it is unfolding right now, even if you cannot see every detail. You survived what was meant to break you. Now heaven is clearing the way for what you are meant to become. Their true character is now revealed. Chosen one of the most powerful outcomes of an unjust attack is the revelation that follows. When someone strikes without cause, when they move in darkness against someone who walks in alignment, their true nature eventually